When my sister and I were kids, our grandmother taught us a game to play when we were scared at night. You count the doors in the house, out loud, slowly, and as long as the number stays the same, you're safe. I'm 41 years old now. I played it last night, and I counted one too many. My grandmother raised us, mostly. Our parents worked nights, and so from the time I was 6 until I was about 12, it was Gran's house, Gran's rules, Gran's quiet little ways of keeping 2 frightened children calm in a big old farmhouse that creaked and settled and groaned all night long. She had a lot of these, what she called her, settling games, things to do with your hands and your voice when the dark got too big. But the one we played most was the counting game. The rule was simple. If you wake up afraid, if you hear something, if the house feels wrong, you don't run, you don't call out, you don't turn on the light. You lie still and you count the doors. Every door in the house, out loud, in a whisper, slow and steady. The front door, the back door, the cellar door, the door to Gran's room, to our room, to the bathroom, the closet doors, the door to the attic stairs. 9 doors. There were always 9 doors. And Gran said, as long as you count 9, you're safe. The house is just the house. Go back to sleep. But, and she'd hold up one finger when she said this, and her face would go very serious in a way that frightened me more than any noise ever did. If you ever count 10, you stop. You close your eyes. You do not get up to look. You wait for morning, and you do not, under any circumstances, open the 10th door. I asked her once, what's behind the 10th door? I was little. She looked at me for a long moment, and she said, nothing's behind it, sweetheart. That's the whole trouble. There's no behind. There's just the door. I didn't understand that then. I'm starting to. We grew up. My sister moved across the country. I stayed near home. Gran passed when I was 19, peacefully, in her sleep, which is the only mercy in this whole story. The farmhouse sat empty for years, and last month it came to me in the settling of an aunt's estate. Just like that, I owned my childhood, keys and all. I went to stay there for a few nights to sort through what to keep and what to sell. The first 2 nights were fine. Sad, the way old houses are, full of the smell of a person who isn't there anymore, but fine. I slept in my old room out of some sentimental impulse, in a grown man's body on a child's narrow bed, and I slept well enough. The 3rd night, I woke up at some black hour with my heart pounding and absolutely no idea why. The house was silent, but it was the wrong kind of silent, the held breath kind, the kind where the silence feels like it's listening back, and before I'd even decided to, I was doing it, lying still, whispering, counting the doors the way I had 10,000 times as a boy. Front door, back door, cellar door, Gran's room, my room, the bathroom, the hall closet, the linen closet, the attic stairs. 9. I almost laughed at myself, 41 years old, whispering a nursery game in the dark. I let out a breath. The house was just the house. I started to settle back down.
And then, from somewhere down the hall, very softly, I heard a sound I knew, a specific, particular sound from my childhood that I had not heard in 30 years and could never mistake for anything else. The sound of a doorknob turning. The little brass click and squeak of a knob I'd turned 1,000 times. But I'd counted 9. Every door was accounted for. Every door I knew about was closed and still. So I counted again, slower this time, listening to the house, placing each door in my mind, walking through the floor plan I have known my entire life. Front door, back door, cellar, Gran's room, my room, bathroom, hall closet, linen closet, attic stairs, and then, quiet, certain, somewhere in the dark geometry of the house, in a place my mind kept sliding away from, a 10th. I want to tell you I imagined it. I want to tell you I miscounted, that I was half asleep, that grief does strange things to a man alone in his dead grandmother's house. I've told myself all of that. But I know the house. I built model towns of it in my head as a child. There are 9 doors. There have only ever been 9 doors. And last night, lying in the dark, I could feel the 10th one, the way you can feel someone standing behind you, not with your eyes, but with the back of your neck. A door that wasn't a memory and wasn't a mistake. A door that was simply newly there. I did what Gran told me. God help me, after 30 years I did exactly what she said. I closed my eyes. I did not get up. I did not look. I lay there until the window turned gray, whispering 9, 9, 9, like if I said the right number enough times I could make it true. When the sun came up, I walked the whole house, every room. I counted with my hands on the wood. Front, back, cellar, Gran's, mine, bath, hall closet, linen, attic. 9 doors. In the daylight, 9. I found Gran's old Bible in the nightstand while I was tacking, and tucked in the back, in her shaking handwriting, was a list, just a list of numbers and dates going back decades. Most of them said 9, a few of them said 10, and next to one of the 10s, in the year I was born, she had written 4 words I haven't been able to stop reading. Counted 10. Did not open. I'm at a motel now. I'm going to sell the house. I'm going to take whatever I'm offered and never set foot in it again. But I keep thinking about all those nights of my childhood when Gran sat up late in the front room, and I thought she was just an old woman who couldn't sleep. Now I think she was counting. So here's what I'll leave you with. If someone who loves you ever teaches you a strange little game to keep you safe in the dark, don't laugh at it. Don't grow out of it. Learn the number of your house. Learn it so well you could count it in your sleep. And if the number ever changes, you do what my grandmother did. You close your eyes, you wait for the light, and you do not open the door that wasn't there before. Lock your doors. Sleep well, if you can.